Guru, waheguru, 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 waheguru. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. We are on Ang 20, Shri Rag Mahalla Pehla. Maharaj here is talking about the boat of Waheguru. What is the technique? What is the gur where we can ride a boat of Waheguru Sache Pasha? Nanak bedi sach ki tariye gur vichar. So just imagine that we are in the front of the ocean, very tidy ocean, and there is no ship there. This is the same avastha which we have. When we live in duality, we don't know in this widespread ocean where it is a humbling experience, where we feel like we are nothing. And when we see that there is no way around if we want to cross that ocean, this Maya is just like that ocean. Now we want to cross it. But be careful that we don't take a boat which actually sinks or drowned in the ocean. We need to take a boat which is perfect, where we can ride and where we can cross the ocean. This ocean is nothing but our life, right? This worldly life, it has lot of bondings, lot of entanglements in terms of our relationships with the relationship within the family, the relationship between the friends and family. It becomes difficult, right? Sometimes we get angry. Sometimes, we start laughing. Sometimes we get smiling. Sometimes we cry. We are not stable, right? And this ocean has a lot of tides, right? Our life has a lot of tides, ups and downs, ups and downs. Sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are sad. But we also know that if we want to have a peace in our life, we need to make sure that our mind is steady. The ocean is steady. And when we do the Simran, when we do Saas Kira Simran, what happens is that it stabilizes our mind. We have talked about Ida and Pingla multiple times. We have energy centers, left, right, our mind based on where our breathing is. And you can try, right? Because in a daytime, sometimes your breath will be on the left side, sometimes it will be on the right side. Based on where our breath is, we'll have those kind of thoughts in our mind. Basically, if 5 doots are controlling our mind in terms of tamogun, lust, greed, anger, attachment, the right channel of energy, the right side, the right nostril, it's basically a tamoguni stuff, right? It's a fire element out there. It's Tamoguni. So we'll be angry. We will be, we might have lust. We might have greed. So all that sort of thoughts will be there. So Panchduts will take a form of Tamoguni thoughts. When it is extreme left, then we have moon channel. Right is a sun channel. Left is a moon channel. Then we will have a Rajoguni, anxiety, worries, and all. And the nostril, the breathing in the nostril, it will be always more on one side than other, right? That's why whenever we see the imbalance is there, we have to balance it out so that equally left side and right side it should travel. It will not be the same all the time, right? It will always be changing. So to make it balance, we have to do the Sas Gra Simran. Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, tummy in, tummy out, listening to your own voice. Very important. The most important part of this technique of this gur is that when we do the Sasgra Simran, we listen to our own voice, right? Gaviye, suniye, man rakhiye pav, with love. That's the most important thing. Rest, everything is secondary. Vah, Guru, tummy in, tummy out. That will balance our breath. And the breath will start flowing in between, right? That is the bedi which we have to travel. The first bedi, the first boat, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਬੇੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਸਾਸਗਰਾ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਹੀ ਹੈ। ਦੂਜੀ ਬੇੜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਤੋਂ ਮੁਖੋਂ ਨਿਕਲੀ ਹੋਈ ਆਵਾਜ਼, right? First, what we have to do is we have to make our mind in sage. The tides should go away. Then only we can travel it smoothly, right? Otherwise, we'll not be able to travel, right? So that's why Maharaj is saying, Nanak Bedi Sach ki. This boat is of such. And we established already who is such or what is such, what is truth. Truth is nothing but Vaheguruji himself. Nanak Bedi Sach ki Tariye. Tariye Gur Vichar. We have to do the vichar of the technique given to us by the Vaheguruji. Gur here is technique. Tariye Gur Vichar. We have to follow the technique. गाविए सुनिए मन रखिए पाओ धुन में ध्यान में जानिया गुरमुख अकथ कहानी. But the basic thing is that the love should be there. मन रखिए पाओ, प्यार. प्यार तो बगैर ਅਸੀਂ ਪਾਰ नहीं कर सकते भाव सागर ਨੂੰ. We cannot cross this ocean without love. Now what does that mean, without love? Meaning if the other party, opposite party is, when I say opposite party, I'm talking about family, friends, office workers. Even if they are misbehaving or they are not respecting you, you don't have to put your focus in there. ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬੜੇ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਜਦੋਂ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਦੋਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਵਿਚਾਰਾਂ 'ਚ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਮਾਇਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ, ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਹਾਂ, right? We listen to people a lot with full focus. But when it comes to the Shabad, when it comes to Simran, our focus goes in thoughts. Whereas the opposite thing should happen. When we are talking with people, worldly things, we should not put focus. Because the moment we put a focus, later the same focus, the same thoughts will disturb us whole day. So whenever we are talking with people in the work and all that stuff, obviously if it is work related important stuff, we have to put a focus. We cannot just ignore that. But I'm talking about the general talk and all that stuff. Somebody is talking with you about the worldly stuff and you can't ignore the person, you have to stand there. Don't focus. Apne kan band kar lo. Close your ears. Not with your hands, but Put your focus, start doing antargat simran. If the Shabad is not there, if you listen to the Shabad, if you listen to the Anhat Shabad, start listening to the Shabad. Another way, if you can't do both of the things, it's difficult. Yes, it can be difficult sometimes. Start looking at top of the head of the other person. ਨਾ ਉਹਦੀਆਂ ਅੱਖਾਂ 'ਚ ਵੇਖੋ ਨਾ ਥੱਲੇ ਦੇਖੋ ਸਿਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ top of the head in the empty space.
ਵੀਰ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਫਤਿਹ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਪੁੱਤ
I tried seeing top of the head. It's like it's weird. Like, someone is talking to you and you're seeing over the head.
No. So it's not weird. Somebody told you that you're weird. You don't
No,
have to.
I mean, to me itself, like I was looking over the head, right, and like they are talking to me. Like it was weird to me. Okay, I'm looking. Normally we
You
look at
don't
their
have to
eyes.
put. You don't have to put your face up, right?
हाँ जी.
Face ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਰਵੇ.
हाँ जी.
Try to look on the top of the head with your eyes, right? I mean, they will not even notice. People will not even notice what is happening, right?
जी जी.
ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ when you do that ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਹੈ ਨਾ you don't judge person, you don't focus on that person. That did you felt that since you have tried? Share your
हाँ जी, that is true. हाँ जी, पर वो मैं नहीं weird लगता वैसे यार मैं जिकन like they're talking and I'm looking
don't
above.
worry
हाँ जी.
don't worry it's all this is the thought, right?
हाँ
These are the thoughts which will come to oh what other person will. You have to stop thinking about that, right?
जी.
In the worldly talk we don't have to take the things in. ਤਾਈਓ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਬੇੜੀ 'ਚ ਨਾ ਬੈਠ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ then only we can sit in the bedi of such. If we will have the thoughts, worldly thoughts with us, we are always judging somebody, we are always listening to the people, their problems and all, worldly problems I'm talking about, right? Then what happens is it comes with us. That garbage, we are basically collecting the garbage. We don't have to focus on the garbage. So that's what Maharaj is teaching us here. Nanak bedi sach ki tariye gur vichar. Guru de paane de vich rehna. है ना एक आवे एक जाव ही पूर भरे अहंकार. Otherwise what will happen if we will use our mat, if we will not listen to Guru, if we'll use our wisdom and if we'll not listen to the Guru, what will happen? Just like any other person, comes and goes, dies and take a birth. Basically the cycle of birth and death, it will keep on happening. And ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਹੰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ. Oh, I was right, I was right, I was right. The other person was wrong, the other person was wrong, the other person was wrong. What did I do to that person? Why they misbehaved, right? Don't focus on these things. Why they hurted you. Some people will hurt you. The problem is that, and we have discussed this multiple times, that person is not hurting you. The Panj Doots, the 5 thugs which are sitting in that person is hurting you. And who are they hurting? They are hurting your Panchtoots. You are nowhere. You are just looking at the game. And if we'll understand this game, right? Somebody will abuse, somebody will shout, yell. You'll not be bothered, right? There is a story of Buddha, Gautam Buddha. One of the person, he became a follower of Gautam Buddha, and his father-in-law was very angry. Because the tradition of the Buddhist monks is that you have to leave your family and you have to do certain seva, right? You have to become a monk and you cannot earn money. You can only eat when you go to the other person's door, and whatever they give you to eat, you have to eat that. So Buddha and this guy was basically going around, and they went to this person's father-in-law. When he saw Buddha, he was very, very angry. He started shouting, yelling, screaming at him that you have, destroyed my daughter's life, right? Because of you, my son-in-law became your follower and all that stuff. And Buddha just looked at him and smiled. He got more angry. He said, what kind of a person you are? I'm abusing you. I'm yelling and screaming at you. but you are not responding. Buddha says, basically he asks Buddha, right? How do you do this, right? He says, just think about it. If somebody brings a gift for me and he tries to give me the gift, and if I don't take the gift, what will happen? He says, the gift will be still with me, then I can't give you the gift, right? He says, same thing. When you're abusing me, I'm not taking it. It's Guru Pyaro, it's all about what we consume in. And our 9 doors are consuming everything. Everything. Whatever we look, we consume. Whatever we hear, we consume. And these are the thoughts which basically create a problem, right? There's so much garbage on internet. It's up to you what you look, what you consume, and everything. So much garbage in this whole world. It's up to us what we consume. So this is the same way, which if you decide that you are not going to consume, and there are multiple ways, creating a protective shield, Rakhya Chakar, Wah Guru, Wah Guru, right? Doing Antargat Simran, looking at the person's head on the top of the head. I think I discussed this with the Harpreet Singh, and I'm glad that he's using this technique, this gur, right? We have to use these techniques, right? What is the idea of looking at top of the head? The idea is you are looking at the empty space. You are looking at the Nirakar Swarup of Vaheguru, right? Because everybody has a Jyot in them. So you are trying to focus on the Jyot, right? Rather than on the person. The moment we focus on the Jyot, the things will not impact, we will not judge people, right? ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਅਗਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਮਨਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, we'll keep on looking into the things, talking with the people, trying to consume all these things, ਫਿਰ ਕੀ ਹੋਏਗਾ? ਇੱਕ ਆਵੈ ਇੱਕ ਜਾਵਹੀ ਪੂਰ ਭਰੇ ਹੰਕਾਰ, ਅਹੰਕਾਰ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਹੰ ਭੇਦ ਹੈ. What is ਅਹੰਕਾਰ? It's about me. I am the best. I know everything. The other person doesn't know anything. But if you will see the Jyot in everybody, then you will just see the Jyot. You are focusing on the Jyot. Then nobody is better than you, nobody is worse than you. Rather, you will have this feeling, hum nahi change, bura nahi koi. Why we are not change? Because we know our garbage, what is going on in our mind. You already know what is your garbage. You don't want to take other person's garbage in you. So that is the philosophy, that is the thought process, that is the practical which we have to do. ਉਹੀ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਆਪਾਂ, ਹੈ ਨਾ? ਸੈਲਫ ਇੰਟਰੋਸਪੈਕਸ਼ਨ. ਮਨ ਹੱਠ ਮੱਤੀ ਬੁੱਢੀਐ, ਬੁੱਢੀਏ ਮਤਲਬ ਡੁੱਬੀਏ, ਡਰਾਉਨਿੰਗ. ਮਨ ਹੱਠ ਮੱਤੀ ਬੁੱਢੀਐ, ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਸੱਚ ਸੋ ਤਾਰ. ਮਨ ਹੱਠ, ਆਪਣੀ ਮਨ ਦੀ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ. If we will do whatever our mind says, whatever the ਪੰਜ ਦੂਤ are saying, because mind is a slave. Mind is a slave of ਪੰਜ ਦੂਤ. So whatever mind is being done, basically it's basically instructions from Panjdut. Boats, coming back to the boats, 2 boats. One is a boat of a Kal, one is a boat of Vaheguruji, right? What is Kal's boat? Kal's boat is all the thoughts which we get, right? When somebody is talking, sometimes we don't even know what the person is talking, because our mind is so much consumed with the thoughts. Their mind is actually riding the boat of Maya, riding the boat of Kal, right? These are all virtual boats, subtle boats, right? Which is happening inside us. Every second, that process is happening every second. We have to decide which boat we have to take. Manhat mati dubiye, budiye. Budiye means dub jana. If we will do self, whatever our mind is telling us, then we'll definitely, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਮਨਮੁਖਤਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ? ਮਨਮੁਖਤਾ. Mind, whatever mind is telling us, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹੀ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਮਨ ਮਤ। We are taking our mind's wisdom, which is nothing but Panchdute's wisdom. Whereas Gurmukh, what will Gurmukh do? Gurmukh will do what Gurbani Guru is telling us. We have to leave our mat, and this is the most difficult part. The day we will leave our mat and start taking Guru's mat, Guru Bani Guru, Tan Tan Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji's mat, we will start every second will be in the boat of Waheguru Sache Pasha. But the thing is that belief, that love is not there. When the love will come, then every time we will ride the boat of such. Gur bin kyon tariya, sukh hoye. And then without Guru, we cannot cross, we cannot have sukh. The only way we can get a sukh, happiness, is if we will ride on the boat of Vaheguru. Otherwise, sukh will not be there. Happiness will not be there. Jo paave त्यों राख तू मैं अवर ना दूजा कोए. We have to surrender. Jo paave tu rakh tu. Ete surrender. And this is a house to central idea. When we surrender in the feet of Vaheguru Sache Pasha, what happens? Then we are saying, from today onwards, I am leaving my own mat. I am leaving my own wisdom. Whatever you will say, I will do it. But help me. I can't do on my own. You help me. I want to leave my mat. मैं अवर ना दूजा कोई. कहते मैं होर किसी दी गल नहीं सुननी. I will not listen to my mind. I will not listen to the call, or I will not listen to anybody else. I will only and only listen to you. That is the type of love, that is the type of surrender which we have to do so that we can ride on the boat of Guru. Because without that, it is only and only going to be a trouble. Hanji? So this is the technique which we have to learn all the time. Akkhan khol ke bhi, akkhan band karke bhi. And when we close our eyes, what we have to do? Start with Saskara Simran. Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru. And if the Shabad is tej, right? If you start hearing your Shabad very, very loud, then put your mind there. Put your mind in the Shabad. Then let that Shabad takes you across. But whole day, actually game hai na, Guru Pyareo, it is 24/7. We can't just say, okay, only at Amrit Vela we have to play this game and we have to, clash with the Panchduts. Mukabla asi karna Panchduta de. Na, all day, all day, whole day, there is a fight. Actually, in the daytime, it's more difficult. Right? In the Amrit Vela time, in the morning time, early morning time, it's easy, less distractions. But in the daytime, it's very important. People will wake up, people will say something to you, we will consume it, and it is going to hurt us. And then our whole mind is just thinking about what did I say to that person? What did I do? Right? And we will waste our swas. Always remember, these swas are very, very important. They're very, very important for us to live in this life, right? Because once the swas is lost, it's lost. It's not going to come back again. So we should always put a stamp of Vaheguru in every swas. At least we should try, right? We should try all the time. And do ardas benti to Vaheguru Sache Pasha. You are my only support. I don't want to depend on anybody else. Anji, aao ji. Hun aapa simran kariye, saas kara simran. When we say Vah, tummy in, Guru, tummy out. Listen to our own voice. Aao ji, shuru kariye. Vah, Guru, 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 waheguru, 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 guru, waheguru, 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 guru, waheguru, 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 guru, waheguru, 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 guru, va, 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 Guru, waheguru, 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 guru, va, 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 guru, waheguru, 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 Wah Guru, 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 waheguru, 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 waheguru. Keep on going antargat inside. Waheguru. By putting the dhyan and the nabi, the belly button. Waheguru. 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 Totally antargat. Mind should chant and mind should listen. Put your focus on the belly button. Now, when we have to open our eyes, open very slowly. Don't open it fully, just open a little bit and look at the empty space. Don't focus on any object. And if you hear the Shabad, keep on listening to the Shabad in your ears. Open your eyes a little bit more. Keep on looking at the empty space. Khali kala. Open your eyes fully. Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa. Waheguru Ji ki Fateh. Hum avgun pare. Ek gun nahi. Amrit chhad. Bikhe bik khai. Maya moh param pੈ phulai. ਸੁਤ ਧਾਰਾ ਸਿਉ ਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਲਗਾਈ ਇਕ ਉੱਤਮ ਪੰਥ ਸੁਣਿਓ ਗੁਰ ਸੰਗਤ ਤੈ ਮਿਲੰਤ ਜਮ ਤਰਾਸ ਮਿਟਾਈ ਇਕ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਪਾਠ ਕੀਰਤ ਕੀ ਗੁਰ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਸ਼ਰਨਾਈ ਇਕ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਪਾਠ ਕੀਰਤ ਕੀ ਗੁਰ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਸ਼ਰਨਾਈ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਚੁੱਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਖਿਮਾ ਜੀ We'll meet tomorrow.